Welcome aboard. I'm Captain Jake and we're back flying the B-17 on our number 6 mission. We're back playing B-17's Queen of the Skies. And I'm hoping that the whiteness is toned down a little bit here for today's flight. And you'll be able to see it better. So I'd like to welcome everybody back to my channel. We are on mission 6 of B-17 Queen of the Skies, like I said. Our crew remains the same, and as a quick review, our bombardier is Lieutenant Moreno, navigator is Lieutenant Carson, pilot is Captain Jake, co-pilot is Lieutenant Perry, Master Sergeant Ball is our engineer. Our radio operator is Sergeant Welch. Ball turret is Sergeant Ray. Port waist gunner is Sergeant Hayes. Starboard waist gunner is Sergeant Eastman. And our tail gunner is Sergeant Humphrey. Everyone survived the last mission, which really wasn't that difficult. It was another trip back to Cherbourg and hitting the airfield at Cherbourg. So I got it zoomed in here a little bit so you can just see what we got as far as our sheets. Now we'll get rid of this sheet here. We won't need that one. You won't see that one again. What we do need to see here is our Majestic Reaper charts. And you probably won't see much of that after this view because I'll need to fill stuff in, and it will be over here, and since we're going to be zoomed out, you might be able to see it just a little bit better. So, and like I always make sure that I do, I like to thank anybody who's watching this video. I put up a poll as to whether I should just be keeping this video going through the 25 missions or whether we wanted to alternate. Well, we're in a lot of votes, but everybody voted to keep going with the mission. So that's what we're going to do. Because we're on our mission 6, that gives us new target cities, and also it's going to make it a little bit tougher. So we're going to find out here in a minute. So our first thing that we're going to do is determine our target city, which goes in here, and that is determined on charts G1, G2, or G3 based on the mission. Well, our previous ones were all on G1, which is mission 1 to 5, and now we're in mission 6. So we're going to roll one die on the G2 to determine what our target is, our target determination. All right, so we will zoom out here. So you can see the roll, I hope. Okay. So we're going to roll, make sure that the dice tower is all together. It's a magnetic one. So here we go. First roll is a 3. We are going to Lille, and it's an industrial target. Lille is located right here, which again is in zone 3, so we get kind of lucky. Hopefully, did you see my head on that one? No. Kind of lucky that it's Lille because it's an industrial target. So, target city is Lille, L-I-L-L-E. Target type, IND for industry. And make sure that's an end there. So we're using our flow chart. And if you have this game and you're not using this flow chart by Lee Barlow, I would highly recommend go out to just do a Google search on B-17 Queen of the Skies, and you'll end up on the website for this. That's how I found it. So now we have to determine our formation position, which is G4. We roll 2 die. And we do not want a 2 or a 12 because that makes us the lead bomber or the tail bomber. So let's get lucky here. And 6. All right, we are in the middle of our formation. So we mark middle here. And our next roll is going to be for our squadron position. We roll 1 die. Except we don't drop it. Okay, we roll 1 die. A 1 to 2 is the high squadron. A 3 and 4 is the middle squadron. And 5 or 6 is the low squadron. So here we go. And we roll a 2. We are in the high squadron. All right, that gives us no modifiers, for good or for bad. So now we've gotten our squadron position, and we're going to go for the zone information. Okay, so we look at Lille. It's a -2 for the fighter over water. Over water. And a 0 because we're over France for zone 3. And if we had been in the middle, we could have done another -1. And if we were in the low squadron, it would have been a +1. So it's -2 and 0 for our zones. So now, time to get the engine started. Pre-briefing is done and get us rolled out to the runway. And time to take off. Okay, we take off, we go to zone 1. We got to go right towards Lille, which is right here. We have no German fighters that can intercept us there. But when we get to zone 2, which will be next, they can. I'm going to roll for weather when I move into zone 3. The reason I'm going to do that is that you really wouldn't know the weather until you got there, unless you had a weather plane that flew in front of you. But I don't think that we have, well, in this game we don't have a weather plane. So now we're in zone 2. So we're going to determine our fighter cover for the zone, which is going to be G5. We roll 1 die. 1 to 2 is poor. 3 to 4 is fair, and 5 or 6 is good. Now we've been getting all goods up to this point. So let's see what happens here. 4, fair. All right. So we're going fighter cover out. Zone 2 is fair. We haven't got to zone 3 yet. So now we're going to roll for the attacking waves of fighters, which is on the B1 table. So, and oh, by the way, if you've already seen it, because I'm flashing them up for you so that you can see what I'm looking at, and much better than me holding this here where you can't see it. And let's just see here. See, I may have to dim down. I thought I dimmed them far enough, but maybe not, because it's still not showing up great. So I may have to drop these down a little bit more. So B1, German fighter waves in non-designated target zone. Roll 1 die. So 1 to 2 is no waves. 3 to 5 is 1 wave, and a 6, which we don't want, is 2 waves. So we'll take the 1 wave, but we prefer none, and we roll, and we get a 4. We got 2 waves. Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. So that zone, we got, let me see, where am I going here? Water landing, bomb run. Looking, could have swore I put number of waves someplace, and I always mixed it. So we're outbound, we have 2. Now we go to B3. We have 2 waves, so we take each wave individually. So wave number 1, and it says we roll for each B3 for each wave. I guess we do that now. So we got 2 waves that are coming in. First wave is going to be, and I know there's a place to put it on here, but darn if I'm missing it. Well, I'm going to put it over here. So we're going to roll 2 die for each separate wave from B1 and B2. So we rolled on B1. So here we go. Roll in the 2 die to determine what kind of fighters we end up with. We ended up with a 22. Coming down to 22. Okay. We end up with, this is first wave is 2 110s at, let's see, 12 low and 1030 low. Make it LOW. Okay, so we get us a couple of 110 cards here. So the first one is at 12 low, which is here. And next one is 130 low, which is there. Oh, and you can still see it. It may be cut off just a little bit when I, well, actually, why don't we do this? I think based on what I'm seeing up there, I don't need to push that all the way away from me. So let's do this. This should be better. Yeah, that'll work better for the editing process. So those are the 2 waves, or that's the first wave. So the second wave, 3 against number 2 wave. So second. Our second wave, okay, is going to be, so we roll again. And we got a 45. So we come down here. Oh, just, if it had been a 46, no, it's a 45. Okay, we have, second wave is 2 109s, 1030. Wait a minute, this is 1030. I put it at 130. Yeah, how about we do that? Okay, we have 2 109s. We have 1030 level. And next one is 12 level. And then we have a 110, which is low. So we have 110 a low. So now, after we got our fighter waves, we're going to do the fighter cover defense. Oh, we have to move this because it's on M4. Here's our M4. Roll 1 die for each wave. So that's what we're going to do. Well, let me do this. Okay, let's do this. Let's do, second wave is also low. Then we got 109, 1030 low, second wave. And let's see, 1030. Oh, shoot. 10. I'm messing that all up. We have 109 at 1030 low, 110 at 1030 low also. And then the last one is at 12 level. Now we got them all correct. Let me see. May fire at this fighter. Both must roll. Okay. Only ball turn. Next, we going to see what we get hit with. So we got our fighter cover, which is M4. Come over here to M4 and we have fair cover. So the best we could do is drive off 2 fighters. And so the first number is the number of fighters driven off in the initial attack phase. The number in the parentheses is the number of fighters driven off in successive attack phases. All right. So we do not want to roll a 0, 1, or 2. Because if we do, we get no one off. So we do have our fair in zone. So the first roll is a 1. Oh, we got, okay, we got, this one is 0. and 0. 0 and 0. Second wave is a 3, and that is a 1 and 0. So let's go 1 and 0. So we drive off one fighter in the second wave. So now it's a matter of determining which. I'm messing my poor guys up over here. Probably, I wonder if I can just move that over further. I don't need to have it right next to it. So I'm still working on the best way to put these. So I'm going to move that over and see what happens here. Maybe a little spread out. What the heck? Okay, so first fighter wave, which is the 2 110s, the 12 low and the 1030 low. No, none of them get driven off. In the second wave, we got 2 109s and 1 1030, or 2 109s. One is at 1030 low. One is at 12 low. I don't know why I put that up there. 12 low. And let's see, then we have a 110 at low. Oh, I know it was 45. What did I write down? At 1030 low, 1030 level, check, and 12 level. Oh, that's why. That's low, 12 level, and 1030 low. And this is low and low. Oh, right, perfect. I think I got it now. All right. So, fighter cover, we did that. Okay, we removed the German fighters. So the first thing we're going to do is we take a look, and the M1 chart's going to pop up. We're going to look at, we get to drive off one from the second attack, which is a 1030 low, 12 level, and a 1030 low. So we have those two and this one. So nose, if we come here at 12 level, we get the top turret and both have to hit a 6. If we come over here and look at low, which is here, we get the ball and the port cheek gets to fire at all of them. So everyone's a hit of a 6. So it really doesn't matter. I'm going to remove this one, and the reason I'm moving this one is I can shoot more of the port cheek and more of the top. That probably won't go through. Now the nose does have more, but he'll shoot at the 110. So we've removed the fighters. Now we're going to assign the defense fire M1. So we're going to use our fancy little chips here. Let's make the first guy 110 at 12 low. I got the nose and the ball turrets. So we have the nose and the ball turrets. Got to fire at him. And then the other one that we have is, let's move this. The other one we have is a 1030 low. Excuse me. 1030 low. So we have the ball turret and the port cheek. So we're going to go, that's waist. So we're going to do this 110, port cheek and the ball. This guy is coming through, so he's also the tail is going to get a shot at him after he goes through. So let's see. We'll leave the ball turret here. We'll do this aircraft first, and then we'll move the ball over to there. So he's going to come in. If he gets no hits, that's very good. So the first thing we're going to do is mark off our fighter, what we've done. So we're going to do one nose, one ball turret, and one tail as he passes through. Okay. And let's see what we have. To resolve defensive fire against the fighter's M1 and M2 tables. Okay, M1 and M2. Oh, okay. Well, we have to roll 6s. So let's go 110, which is regardless of modifiers, roll a 6. And this is a -2 on this. Okay, yeah, I messed that up. I messed that up badly, as a matter of fact. So we are going to keep those same rolls, but non-fighters, we subtract a number here to number of waves and non-designated. So we rolled a 4, and we roll 1 die for each wave. We go here. We got the fighter waves. We have 1 -2, so there's no fighters. There are no fighter waves this time because we were -2. If this had been target and fighters in designated target zone, it would have been the waves as we came out. Actually, it would be worse because we would have had a 1 and we had a 2. So, good news is we can remove all of this. Sorry about that. I knew I missed using the -2 for something, but I forgot what it was. So, we will remove all of these. No fighters showed up because both of them were -2, so we had no fighter waves, which is good. Well, good for now. That doesn't necessarily mean. So, we don't have to assign the defensive fire. No resolve, there are no fighter attacks. So, we remove the fighters, but there were no fighter waves. So, fighter waves, yeah, that's what it is. See, these are fighter waves, so it's minus this number. So no fighter waves here. Now we move to Lille. We're over Lille. Now we will roll for weather to determine what our weather is. So I'll pick these back up. Let's come back, move this back down here. And our weather over the target is 01. We're going to roll. Well, over the target zone, good or bad or poor, could be bad. So we roll weather over the target zone. Let's roll 2 die, and we just add them up. So here we go. And we add that up to a 10. And that is a good weather. Target is good. Good weather. And let's see. And no notes. Doesn't cause any changes. Ouch. No changes like whatever. Oh, I'm going to cross this off. This was all incorrect. Mistake. There we go. All right. We got that annotated. And last time, if you remember correctly, I said I got a big eraser someplace. And I found it. So now we can give us back the fires here. So there we go. Now we're all set. So now we're over Lille. The first thing we're going to do is roll. Let's see. Determine the fighter cover for the zone, which is zone 3. Fighter cover. So out, and we're still going out, is in G5. I'm leaning over to look at the numbers. All right, G5. Okay, fighter cover. Fighter cover. We roll 1 die again. Let's see what we get. We roll and a 4. We got fair once again. Fair fighter cover. Now we're going to roll for the attacking waves, which is B. Let's find a B. B1, B2. So we are the number of German fighter waves in designated target zone. We're going to roll a 1 die. I don't know what the -2 on the B2 zone was. It has no bearing. I couldn't find it in the errata, so there you go. So I think we rolled a 4 for 2 attacking waves, but I didn't write that down anywhere. But since we screwed this up, we'll make it 2 attacking waves. We'll do 1 first again, and 2nd attacking waves. We have a -0, so out it is 2 again, and this was a 0. Okay, so first wave, we roll 2 die again. Let's see what we end up with. Okay, oh, that looks familiar. 22. Yeah, 2 110s. Well, 2 110s, 12 low, and 1030 low. So that's this one. Well, okay, 2 110s, 12 low. Here we go, and 1030 low. Kind of paying me back, I guess, for the mix-up. Now, second wave is 55. Uh-oh, yakadoos. We have 190s, 3 109s. Okay, we got 1 190, 12 low, 190. It's a 12 low. Let's see. Second wave. Okay, first wave is here. Second wave is 190. That's 55 at 12 low. 12 low. And then the next one is 3 109s. We have 3 109s, and they are at 12 level, 12 high, 12 high, and 1030 level, 1030 level. Okay, so we have a 190, we already got that one up there, it's a 12 low. Now we got 3 109s, we have 12 low, we're going to be busting there. We have 12 high here, and 1030 low again. So, there we go. Now what we're going to do is, okay, fighter cover defense for each one. Fighter cover defense M4. Move this again. Come over here to M4. We'll roll 1 die for each wave. We're under fair. So let's roll, and we'll annotate that here in zone. Well, fighter cover is fair, and then no minus to the waves. And let's see, we get 1. Okay. First wave, 0. They come in and attack. Second wave, 6. All right, we run off 2 on the 6. So this is, well, that's good news. First wave, we do 0/0 again. Fair, we do 2/1. All right. First number is, as we've stated before, is the first wave runoff. So, first wave, we have no runoff. So now we have the 190 low. So we do 12 low, and that's going to be ball and nose. And then we have 3. Then we have 109, that's ball and nose also. Then we have the 12 high, which is top turn and nose. And then we have 1030 low, which is ball and port cheek. All right, so I got to roll 6s for everybody. So let's get rid of the 190 because they're, if I'm not mistaken, they do more damage. These ones are easier to hit. So we get, out of the second wave, we get to remove 2. So that one, and let's take this one. All right, so there's the 2 we get to remove. Our fighters ran off. Now we assign defensive fire. Now we resolve defensive fire against the fighters. So let's see how we're gonna put 12 low, which is ball turret and nose. Ball turret, nose, and after the fact, tail. And over here we got the 1110, which is 1030, which will be 1030 low. Ball turrets. Okay, well, we already got the ball turret over here. And let's do this. Ball turrets for both of them. And 1030 low and port cheek. All right, port cheek. There we go. First wave, we have 12 high, level, and low. It needs a 5 or a 6 to hit. Well, let's do this. We need to mark them off first. No, wait a minute. We need to resolve first. Sorry, my bad. All right, so we're going to do the nose. Don't rush. Nose. We're going to get the tail, and we're going to get the ball turret. Okay, they're firing here. So I get 3 shots to get a 6. 1, 2. Oh, got 1 hit. 6. Sweet. Okay. German fighters roll 1 die for each hit from the N1 table. So now we're going to roll 1 die, and we have the fighter damaged but continues to attack at a -1. Fighter damage and breaks off this attack, -2. Fighter destroy and may not fire at the B-17. Breaks off after this attack. So that's pretty good. We roll the 1 die, and then it doesn't really matter. So all of those fired, we owe a 6. Fighter destroyed and may not fire at the B-17. Hot darn. So who do we credit that one to? Let's do the ball turret. Ball turret guy, he got one kill. He destroyed that fighter. Good job. So this fighter is destroyed. Now we go over here with the ball turret again and the port cheek. So we come over here to port cheek, mark 1 off here, and we're going to do the ball turret. And again, they're 1030 low. And it looks like there's no notes here. Yeah, no notes. So we have to roll a 6 again. So we get 2 shots at him. Port cheek fires, misses. Ball turret just destroyed somebody, fires again, and misses badly. Well, couldn't get swung around in time. So this guy comes in, presses his attack. Move these out of here. He presses his attack. So the German fighters attack here on the M3 table. So we look for 1030 low. 1030 low, he needs to roll a 5 or a 6 to hit the B-17. 6, he hits the B-17. So that was a hit. Okay, let's see, we got 1 hit. Now we got to find out where we got the hits. Right. Number of German fighter shell hits. We go to B4. All right, B4. Now we go to 1030, and we're going to just roll. If the attacking fighter is an FW-19, multiply. If the fighter is an ME-110, add 1 to the number of shell hits. Ouch. Go to table B5 to find out where the shells hit. All right, well, now we see we got 1 hit. See how many shells hit. That's at 1030. 6. I don't think that's. Oh, wait a minute. It was double roll. Sorry. My bad. All right, that's a 6. And we roll this one. And we got 11. 11. From that area, we have 2 shell hits. So 2 shells. Now, we go to B5, where the area is. Okay, we're attacks from 1030. He's low. We, again, roll the die 2, just add them up, and we roll, and we get a 9. This is waist. He hit the waist. We have 1 at the waist. Okay. And the next one is 6. That's in the nose. Uh-oh. We shell locations, then we hit details to pink and blue cards. Roll 2 die per shell hit. We got 1 shell hit there, so we're going to roll 2 die, and we'll see what we get. 2 die. We add that up. That's a 9. Ball turret. We're going to roll 1 die. See, that's why I'm doing all attacks into the ball turret. Roll 1 die. 1 to 2 is roll wound on the gunner table. 3, gunner's heat is out. See rules section for heat and frostbite. Okay. I'll do that. 4 or 5, guns is out. 6, turret mechanism inoperable. C. Gunner is trapped in the turret, may not fire the guns, and may not bail out. If landing gear is inoperable, gunner is automatically KIA on landing. Yikes. Okay, we roll 1 die. Let's see what we get. 6. Mechanism inoperable. Ball turret, we're going to move to here because he is completely inoperable. He cannot get out. The second hit was in the nose, which is not good. I'm going to roll 2 die again for the nose. That's never good. Norden bomb sight. Bomb run automatically off target. May abort mission. Sight is out. Hit the Norden bomb sight. Took it out. So, shit. Okay, bomb sight is out. Well, nobody was wounded. We got he's no good, and bomb sight is out. Now we get to do the attacks. Okay, well, he gets a subsequent attack because he hit. And let's do here. We go to shell locations. Okay. First and second successful attacks go to B6. Success attack. Roll 2 die for each fighter. Roll 1, the successive attack area. Okay, we roll 2 die for that 110. And I think I was supposed to add 1 to the shell hit. But screw it. 12, that's 7. He's coming in from 12 high. All right. All right, he's coming in from 12 high. Now we can shoot at him at 12 high, top turret and the nose. So we hit the nose here, and we have to roll 6s. Oh, okay. This is nose. Missed. Top turret. Missed. Barely. Scared the hell out of him anyway. We did that. Now we resolved the defensive fire. We did that. Number of German fighter shell hits. Let's see. We didn't get any of those. German M3. German fighter attacks. So we got 12 high. 5 or 6 again. They hit us. Wow, this is intense. 6 hits us again. Okay. 6 is always a hit from this fighter. Fighters don't score okay. And it says, all right, now number of German fighter shell hits, B4. Okay, B4, B. Okay, yeah, the fighter was a 110. We add 1 to the number of shell hits. So he's coming in from 12. Oh, shit. All right, we roll 2 die. And we get a 4, which is 2 plus 1. He gets 3 shell hits. Let's see where they hit, which is in B5. Okay, first hits from 12, right? We roll 2 dice again, and we got a 10. Hit the tail. Next, we got another one. He's got a 7, which is pilot compartment, and lastly, 10, which is again tail. So we got ×2 at the tail. Tail section. Okay, roll 2 die per shell hit. So we got 2. So let's see what happens. First one. Yeah, okay, first shell hit is a tail plane. Roll 1 die again. Then we have port root hit 6, starboard tail plane root hit C. Okay, C. If tail plane root accumulates 3 hits during a mission, tail plane rips off. The tail plane is off. Landing rolls on the whatever are -1. If both tail planes come off, bail out immediately on table G7. Wow. Okay, tail plane. So we roll 1 die. 1 and 2, no effect. Port elevator inoperable. 4, starboard elevator is inoperable. 5, we had port tailplane root hit, and 6, starboard tailplane root hit. So here we go. 4. 4 is the starboard elevator inoperable. Okay, I got that. I got one for that. Starboard elevator. There we go. Starboard elevator. Inoperable. My paper blew away. Okay. Now, second tail section. He hits. We roll 2 die once again. And we end up with a 2. Suit heater. Tail gunner heat out. 1. C rule section. Heat out. Okay. We're aborting anyway because our Norden's out, but C rule section for heat and frostbite. Now we got to get to the rules to find out what the heat and frostbite says. 2 players. Heat and frostbite. Landing, replacing, evasive action. Heat and frostbite. Okay, when a crewman's heat or any compartment heat is out, the B-17 must travel 1 more zone at the current altitude and in formation. Thereafter, the B-17 must descend to 10,000 feet for warmth. No frostbite, but B-17 is out of formation or stay in formation at current altitude and roll for frostbite once per zone for each affected crewman. 4, 5, or 6 is done. Once the crew is frostbitten, he remains so for the rest of the mission. And he can hit attacking fighters only by rolling a 6, regardless of their attack. After landing, roll for each frostbite separately and see what happens. All right. Okay. If we aborted, we would be on ourselves, but we're not going to because they're going to chew us up. So we got the heater suit out. Heat is out for that. Now, it doesn't matter. Next could be the pilot. Hit. Let's make sure. Okay. So now what we need to just spend 1 extra turn at the current altitude, or we can give our his heat is out. But he is cold. So we're just going to move him off to the side here to remind us that he is out. Now we were about ready to shoot into the pilot section. We have 1 shell hit for the pilot compartment. So let's roll, and we got a 9. Pilot compartment. Instruments. Roll for damage on table BL-2. Okay, roll 2 die. The shell hit on the instruments. Okay. Voila. And we roll. And what do we end up with? We end up with an 8. That's elevator. Landing roll on G9 or G10 is a -1. So this is land -1 or a -1 in the water. Either one. All right. Now he gets another attack. I can't believe that or not. He gets to attack again. He gets 2 successive attacks because he keeps hitting. So now we're going to go back to B6, and we're going to see where he's coming in from this time. My 110 driver is doing damn good. All right, that's a 6. He's at 1030 level. 1030 level. Now we're going to take shoot at him, obviously. 1030 level. Where is 1030 level? Okay. Looks like the port cheek is the only one that can shoot at him. And port cheek again. And yep. And 1030 level port cheek. And we roll a 6. He hits him. 5. He missed him. Now we see how many shells he hits us with. And let me see, German fighter shell, that's B4. And let's see, add 1 to the number of shell hits again. Okay, we'll roll 12. We're from 1030. And we end up with 7. 7 is 1. We make that 2 hits this time. 2 shell hits. Now it's 2. And our Norden's out, so we already got a 0% here. If we make it home, that'd be great. Lille mission 6 is proven to be rough. All right, so 2 shell hits. And now we need to find out where they hit. B5. B5's on the back side. Okay. Attack from a level. Okay, roll 2 die for each hit. 1 is 4. And that's a superficial damage. Not good. We do nothing. And roll again. And 5, which is superficial damage. Done. Boom, right through and out of here. I think he did enough damage. What do you think? All right, now we got these two. Now we got these guys. And let's see, 9. Let's do 12 high. Okay, we got nose turret and top turret. So 1 die on him, and we are looking for first the nose is a 6 and top turret is a 6. So nose, nope. Top turret, nope. Missed. Now we roll a number of German fighters shell hit. M3 high. He rolls a 5 or a 6 and he hits us. 1 misses. He's out of here. He goes through, and the tail gunner takes a shot at him. Tail gunner, mark that off. Tail gunner has to roll a 6 to hit him. 4 missed, but he did not hit us, so he is through, thank goodness. Okay, now we're going to this fighter. 1030 low. We got the ball turret, which can't fire because it is inoperable. And the port cheek again. Port cheek. And roll a 6 to hit him. And we got a 3. Missed. Oh, okay. Now, with number of German hits. Offensive fire. 1030. 5 or 6, he hits us. 5, he hits us. Now we find out where. I think all of this probably didn't need to happen because I forgot to do what the fair was. We were fair, and we rolled a 6, so it should have been 2 and 1. So we should have got rid of 1, which would have been that last one. Oh well. But we'll roll. We'll roll for fighter cover, or I already did that for each way. Okay. Took out the fighters. Yes. Yeah, this entire section, you can't see it. This entire section here is not applicable because even 1 fighter was left, and on successive attacks, my fighters run off 1. So none of these hit. So none of these hits. We can put the ball turret back here. He's still operable. Tail is still good. Starboard elevator is no longer inoperable. So, yep, I screwed that up again. 2 big screw-ups. But we caught it, so we can come back. Now, because I know I rolled a 6, but I rolled a 0. 0 on the first one, so this would be good. Okay. Oh, let's go back the opposite direction. Starboard elevator is out. He's good. and he's over here. Okay. Got it. That's good. Now, he hit us. Now we find out what he damaged from 12, and he is low. And we roll 2, and he got a 7. Bombay. That's, since we're carrying the bombs, that's not a good idea. Bombay, but they won't arm, possibly? I don't know. He is in the Bombay. So 2 shell hits. Bombay. Second one? Oh, superficial damage. That's right. Okay. So let's go find a Bombay. All right. We will get through this. I guarantee it. We will get through this. All right. We roll 2 die. Bomb release bombs. If bombs are already dropped, no effect. Otherwise, roll a 1D. No effect. 5 or 6 bombs detonate. B-17 destroy an entire crew. KIA. Oh, crap. Okay. Well, let's see. Bombay. We roll. We do not want to roll 3 or 9 or 11. We want to roll a 6 through 8. Here we go. We got 11. Uh-oh. Bombs. See above. Bombs. Bombs already dropped. Okay. Now I could say Norden bomb site went out. We opened the Bombay because we're not on the bomb run yet, and we just pickled all our bombs out. So we could say that. But let's just see. If the bomb's already dropped, no effect. Otherwise, we roll it. 1 through 4, no effect. 5 or 6 bombs detonate. B-17 destroyed. 4, no effect. Woo! Thank you, dear Lord. All right, no effect. All right, subsequent attack. He's gone for the 1. Okay. Beautiful. Okay. Now, let's go to... let's see. We want flak over the target, which is O's. O chart. Whether flak over the target. Amount of flak. We want O2 first, which is roll 1 die. Whoop. Roll 1 die. We got a 5. Medium flak. Oh, Jesus. I'm just horrible today. Medium. Damage notes. Let's see. That's where I put it. I put the ball heat out. We have starboard elevator out. Oh no, ball turret. Yeah, he ball turret is in op. Sorry, ball turret is in op. Starboard elevator in op. And starboard elevator, which we already have marked, and then we have the tail gunner heat out. Okay. The good news is we're going to turn around, move 1, we stay in formation. The next one we're out of formation, which is okay. But we have medium flak. Now we do O3, which is roll 2 die 3 times under the appropriate column. It says roll 2 die 3 times under the appropriate. Wow. I hadn't been doing that. I missed that on the previous missions. Okay. We don't want a 12, a 7, 2, or a 3. Okay. First shot. 4. That's a miss. Barely. Next one. 6. And wow, don't be 1. 2 is 8. Miss. Next one. And 7. Uh-oh. It's a hit. Yeah, it's a hit. So, effective flak hits. Roll 2 die for each hit. Just 1 hit. Let's see. Roll once on table 05 to determine the section of the plane affected by the burst. Number of shell hits. So we don't want a 2 for sure. For each shell, roll once and table 05 determine the section of B-17 damaged. Roll once and table 05. Well, anyway, we got number of flak hits with only 1, and we're going to roll 2 dice. So roll 2 die for each hit. And I can't see it. We got a 6, which is 2 shell hits. Medium flak. Yeah, 2 shell hits. It says here, for each shell hits, that's roll once there, an A, but it doesn't say B. For each shell hit, roll once in table 05 to determine the section of the B-17 damaged. That's what it says. Roll once on table 05 to determine the section of the plane affected by the burst. See Rules 19 for effective burst. Okay, that's burst inside the plane. We have number of hits B, but it doesn't give us a B for the rest of them. So it says roll 2 die per hit from table 04. So do we roll 1 or do we not roll 1? Go to the table. Now, I guess we roll. Okay, we roll 12. Roll 2 and we end up with a 9. Waste P5. Oh, okay. Roll 2 die again. And 8. 8 is starboard gunner. Again, roll for wound on table BI4. Man, starboard gunner 8. Yeah. Ooh, starboard gunner again, BI4. All right. BI4. What is it? Wounds. Okay. Roll 1 die for the crew member. And he rolls a 5. Uh-oh, that's no good. Serious wound. Crewman may not continue duties, may not bail out. B. All right. We have a serious wound. Serious wound to him. All right. But what we're going to do is we are going to move the radio operator. We're going to move him to the radio operator's area, and we're going to move the radio operator over to here, just in case we need him. And we got the serious wound to the starboard waist gunner again. So, the starboard waist, serious wound. Okay, tail gunner was, and that's it. And ball turret is 1 kill, but he's in off after he got that 1 kill. Okay. So we did that. Now it says B. After landing roll for each serious crew member, roll 1 die. 1 for rapid recovery, may fly. 2 of recovery, but may not fly any more missions. Fatal wound, crewman dies. Man, starboard waist gunner is just taking a beating. So we have to land. We're going to have to roll for him. All right. So we did the flak. We're in formation. We turn around. Flak again. And where's the flak? 02s. Okay. Flak is over the target amount of flak. And we got a 6. Amount of flak is... oh, wait a minute. That's not a 6. That's a 1. That's a 1. That's no flak. Okay, I'll take no flak. Since I threw them both. Well, this one is the one we always use. So we're going to call it 1. No flak. Okay, so now we look for fighter waves again. And that's B1, B2. All right, number of German fighters in designated target area. All right, roll 1 die. Here we go. We got a 1. We got a 1, which is 1 wave B. Go to table B3. Okay. We got 1 wave. That's good. And now we roll 2 and see what we end up with. We have 11, which is a single 109, 6 o'clock high. 109, 6 o'clock high. And that is it. All right. So now We roll for our fighter defense, which were again in fair. So we could run him off and not get any damage, as long as we don't roll a low number. We want a high number. And we roll a low number, naturally, 0. Didn't run him off. Okay, so 6 o'clock high. We are looking at top turret, radio room, which can't fire, and tail guns, which can fire. So a little bit better here. Top turret for 109, a 4, 5, or 6 hits him. So top turret fires. 3, of course, he misses. And tail gunners, 4, 5, or 6 also. Tail gunner fires. 4, he hits him. Sweet. Now we roll again over on the M2 hit damage to the German fighter, and we roll a 2. Fighter damage, but continues attack at a -1. All right. -1, he continues his attack. Okay, M3. So we take roll here, and let's see. High level roll to hit the B-17, 3, 4, 5, or 6, and a -1. Well, it would be nice if we rolled a 3, 2, or 1. That's 50%. 5 naturally gets a hit. Of course, roll. Damn it. Got a hit. Okay. Shit. Oh well. Man. Okay, shell hits. We go to B4. Okay, number of shell hits from 6 o'clock. Yakadoos, they got a lot of them. Okay, and let's see. We determine at 6 o'clock, and we roll 2 die, and we get 11, which is 5 shell hits. Holy Christ. 5. Okay, now we got to determine where they freaking hit. Okay, shell locations, B5. Okay. 6 o'clock. High. Walking hit results negates all other shell hits by this fighter for this attack and does the following damage. Okay. All right. Type note A. All right. Walking hits fuselage. Okay. Let's roll 2 die. Attack from 6 o'clock 5 times. First time, it's a 3. Superficial damage. Don't even need to roll. So we did. I want to make sure we did 1. It's 1. Roll again. That's an 8. Starboard wing. So that's the next one. 2 starboard wing. And 3 is 3 superficial damage. So that's the next one. That's 3. And 4 and 5. Now we roll again. 7. Tail. Tail. And 5. And last shot. Whoop. We roll a 10, which is pilot compartment again. Okay. Starboard wing. Let's go there first. Wings. We roll 2 die per shell hit. We had 1 shell hit in the starboard wing, and we get a 5, which is an aileron. Okay, 1 to 3 aileron is inoperable. 4 through 6, no effect. So now we want to roll high. Probably roll low. 3, of course we didn't. Aileron inoperable. All right. And I guess we can make it either one, right? It's port elevator. We want aileron. Starboard aileron. No, we don't want that one. We already got some damage on that side. No. Port aileron. Out. Okay. Inoperable. Go to B. If both the port and starboard wing flaps or ailerons are inoperable, the landing roll on table G9 or G10 is -1. Well, we got a -1 already, but okay, but it's not. We don't. It's not a problem because we don't have both. Okay. All right. Now next attack. My B-17 is getting all shot to hell. All right. They're going to have a lot of fixing to do. Okay. So we flip this bad boy over to B6 and see where he attacks from. Roll 2. All right. We got just add them up. That's a 9. 12 level. It's coming in at 12 level straight at us. Okay. Now, we've got nothing but 12 level. We got top turret and nose. So, top turret again, nose again, and we have to roll 6s. Nope. Nope. Missed. Okay, number of German B4. Oh, no, German fighter attack, sorry. All right, we have this one, 5 or 6, he hits us. 5. Man, if I didn't have horrible rolls, it wouldn't be a game. For those of you that also watch Valor and Victory, you'll notice that the computer rolls horrible for me too. It's just, maybe I should give up dice games. Nah, can't do that. All right, we hit. Now we have to determine how many shell hits, which is B4. Okay, shell hits by area. And, okay, roll again. Oh, that's just 2. And that's just add them up. That's a 7. 1. Thank goodness. 1 shell hit. 1 here. Oh, wait a minute. I did all that, but I forgot to do this. He hit the tail. I don't know how I forgot to do that. All right, frostbite, handheld, where's the tail? Tail. Tail section, okay. Shoots at the tail, and I've got a 10. Tail plane, roll, okay, 6 starboard tail plane, root hit 2. See, if the tail plane accumulates 3 hits, oh shit. Okay. So we roll 1, no, we roll 2. I rolled 2 die per tail hit. Okay, when we rolled a 7. Rudder takes 1 hit. With 3 hits, rudder is inoperable. Landing roll. Okay. And this would be rudder. And now pilot section. Which always makes me nervous. Now we're going to check the pilot compartment. Always dangerous, as we got the wing, got the tail, no problem, and 1 hit on the rudder, and now we go back into the pilots. 6 and a 7 would be really nice. Here we go. 6, yes, thank you. Superficial damage, nothing. Oh, yes, pilot makes it through. Yes. Okay, so we've done the flak. Oh, got this guy. One more tap. We roll again. And we got a 9. 9 is 12 o'clock level again. Okay, well, we know that it's going to be the nose and the top turrets. So let's go here because we got zeros. Okay, 12 o'clock level. We got to roll a 6 to hit them. Okay. Nose, no. Top turret, no. Missed. Again. Okay. Number of German. Let's see. German attacks. Okay. He needs a 5 or a 6. 3. Nothing. Good. He missed. He goes on through. My tail gunner, whose heat is out, can still shoot at him. He's got to hit him with a 6. Nope. He missed him. All right. Well, there you go. We are through that. Now, with the heat, I got to remain 1 more area, and then I got to drop down out of formation. But that will be in the no German attacks, so we'll be fine. So now we got to roll for the number of waves again. Roll for the attacking waves. B1, which is non, so we get -2 on this. See back. Oh shoot, how many waves did we get? Lots. And back, well, the best we can do is 2, and we're -2. So we'll roll, but it's going to be 0, 4, okay, which is a 1 -2. It's a -1. Nothing. Okay. So now we're out of formation. No attacks. And we are going home. We are landing back at the base. So let's see. Roll for the weather over the base. As we come back is O. Okay, weather over the base. Here we go. 2 die. And we rolled a 5. And it is good weather. So we're good here also. But we've got a -1 to our landing from that. So we're landing, not in water. We're just going to land normally. Okay. Tail gunner is going to be okay, so we'll just move him back. That was just a starboard elevator. Didn't hurt. We got the rudder. 1 hit. It's not going to hurt us. Ball turrets inoperative with our starboard waist gunner seriously wounded. So just a -1 for our landing. And -1 would be, if we rolled a 1, we would get a 0, which is crew save, B-17 irreparably damaged. So we roll 2 dice. I don't know how you can roll a 1 with 2 dice. Maybe it's because of the minuses. So the worst we could do is repairable for the next mission. And we roll 8. We have landed safely. So complete. Now we roll for our serious wound. He had the 1 kill. So we'll annotate that on his. We roll on BI4 for him. BI4, which was, he had a serious wound. So we are, after landing, roll 1 die for each seriously wounded crewman for survival. 1 is a rapid recovery, probably not going to happen. 2 through 5 recovery, but may not fly any more missions. 6 wounds are fatal, and he dies. So this is Carson, and we roll 1 die. Got a 1. Oh, cool. He did a rapid, may fly the next mission. I thought for sure we had lost Carson, but he's going to be back. Our waist gunner will be back. That is good. So that is it. It's a long episode. I made a couple of errors, but it didn't affect anything, and I went back and corrected them. But you'll notice, normally we didn't shoot at anything. Here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 shots at various aircraft. And our ball turret gunner got 1 kill. So I'll annotate that on the major flight log. Majestic Reaper will be going to mission number 7 next week. So join me for next week's episode. I should do a 12 o'clock high kind of thing with Act 1, 2, 3, but I won't. We'll digress. I could do that. I wonder if I can find an Act 1, 2, or 3 and add that to the video. Kind of a 12 o'clock high kind of thing. But that is it for now. And hopefully you enjoyed today's mission. It was a hairy mission. This is very similar to any of the other games I got sitting over there where you have a crew member, you kind of get involved with the crew member. You don't want to see your crew member die. but we had 0 hit because we got the northern bomb sight knocked out like in the first fighter pass. So that was it. So I was going to say, if you got any questions, put them in the comment. If you like the video, give me a like. And if you really like the video, go ahead and subscribe. But other than that, that is it for today's episode. So as always, I'm Captain Jake, wishing you fair winds and following seas. Until next time.